You did the costume design on Poor Things. The cool thing about Poor Things is that it feels somewhat familiar to like 1890s-ish London, but it also has this fantastical element. So how did you balance kind of the historical references with the fantasy of the project?
Just through a sort of intuitive weaving process. So, a bit of taking the shapes mainly from the period and then not being too slavish and getting rid of all the hallmarks of Victorian dress, the lace and the feathers and the jet beading, and replacing it with thick textures that we'd made ourselves, throwing in a bit of 1930s knickers, or you call them tap pants, or making boots that had a bit of a 1960s feeling. So being sort of liberated and not too slavish about the period, and just hoping that it was working.
It's a movie like this isn't just a big creative endeavor. It's a huge logistical endeavor. How do you balance doing not only a period fantastical movie, but one of this scale?
Well, it's a good question.
You did it.
I mean, it takes a big team.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. Like it's not. It was through having a lot of people who all are very good at their particular roles. So, my role is very much the sort of leading the way creatively, and I was very supported by people who are fantastically good logistically, brilliant at actually executing the stuff and keeping this massive juggernaut on track.
Amazing. And I know a lot of actors say that they don't fully feel like they're in character until they try on their costumes. And I know especially for Emma and Mark, their costumes, Mark had like all the pads and other bits.
Yeah.
So what was that collaboration like with the actors and helping them find their character? Because costumes are such a vital role.
It is, and certainly for some actors more than others, you can feel that process in the fitting room is really, really intrinsic to, or very important to their sort of also building their confidence and finding nuances in their physicality and so on. So I think we had a lot of fittings. There were many costumes for Emma Stone's characters, so we had to actually work with a fit model sometimes because she just didn't have enough time in the day to
she was acting, producing,
she was just in everything, So, but certainly the conversations with her about how she would wear the clothes were very ongoing. And Mark Ruffalo, yes, we had hilarious fittings, many renditions of what we ended up with, which involved lots of body padding,
yes.
Most of which got cut, but you do see a few small nods to that in the film.
Amazing. And then how does it feel to be here at Santa Barbara? Is this your first time?
I mean, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I can't get over the sunlight and the weather. It's beautiful, and it's just lovely that people have responded so positively to the work.
Amazing.
Because you just don't know when you're doing something.
You're in a vacuum.
Well, you just you're coming up with all of this stuff, but you don't know if it's been noticed or that people, I've enjoyed talking to journalists, actually.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's been great.
Thank you so